Let's talk about the NPV profile of mutually exclusive projects. Consider there are two projects, Project A and Project B, or Investment A or Investment B. And if we look at them, the project sizes are equal. Both projects require the same amount of investment, $100 at time zero. By the way, these scripts are taken from the book of Ross, Westerfield, and Jordan, the authors of a book named Corporate Finance. So both projects sizes are same, equal, or of equal size. If we look at if I simply sum up the raw cash flows, raw cash inflows, then we can see that these are 50, 40, 90, 130, and 160. Investments A's raw cash inflows are total 160, while investment B 20, 40, 60, and 110, and then 170. If we look at the raw cash inflows without calculating their present values, we can see that upfront investment B looks more profitable, having more cash inflows, while the investment or cost of both investments are same. There is no difference in the cost, and overall, the inflows of project B are higher than inflows of project A. Let's now then calculate their NPVs. As we have seen that NPV at 0% is of NPV of A, project A is 60, B is 70, just like as we have calculated here when discount rate is 0%, then it simply means that whenever discount rate is 0%, it means that if let's say we want to calculate the present value of 100 cash flow divided by 1 plus 0.00% for, let's say, year one, or any other scenario, then it will remain 100, because when it is 0%, so it will be 1 raised to power remains 1. So 100 divided by 1, answer will remain same. So what we have done, NPV of project A is 60. How it is 60? Because when it is 0%, it means that there is no impact of any discounting. So we can simply sum up all of these cash flows. So we have added all these cash flows and then subtracted outflow, which is minus 100. Then answer is $60. And here the answer is $70. That's why they have calculated the NPVs at 0%. And then when we increase the discount rate, before that, if we talk about here, if at NPV of 0%, discount rate of 0%, NPV of A is less than NPV of B by the difference of $10. So let's say if we increase the discount rate to 5%, now the discount rate is 5%, and at the 5%, NPV of A has reached to 43, because when discount rate increases, your present value decreases. So when present value has been decreased to $43 and NPV of B's present value has decreased to $47. So still, if we can see that NPV of A is less than NPV of B, still project B is profitable at 5% and at 0%. But if we can see the difference, previously at 0%, difference between NPV of A and B was $10. Right now, the difference between project A and project B at 5% discount rate is around, if we simply ignore the decimals, will be around $4. So we can see that the difference has reduced from $10 to $4. And when we increase the discount rate to 10%, at 10% discount rate, the difference gets almost negligible. These two are almost same, equal. 29.06 and 29.79. NPV of project B is slightly, very slightly higher than NPV of project A. So we can say that these are almost equal and the difference turns to almost zero. And then later on, when we increase the discount rate to further by 5% to 15%, so the NPV of project A, now we can see that it is now higher than NPV of project B, and at 20, even NPV of A is higher than project B, and here it is also higher than project B. So it means that but we have seen that before at 10%, almost these two projects NPVs are equal. Before 10%, the NPVs of project A are lower than NPVs of project B at 5% and at 0%. While when we cross 10%, then we can see that NPV of project A has increased from project B. Upfront, we have seen that project B's cash inflows are higher than project A's cash inflows. So then next, what is happening here? The reason of this volatility. So we can see that here in this case, the project B is more volatile. Project B is more riskier, more volatile. B is more volatile with respect to discount rates, with respect to change in discount rates. As discount rates change, we can see that there is a major increase and decrease in the project B. For example, if you can see that when discount rate increases from 0% to 5%, we have seen that the NPV of A has dropped from 60 to 43. How much it has dropped? Almost, if we ignore the decimals, it has dropped by almost $17. While project B has NPV has declined from 70 to 47, which is almost 23. So by increasing 5% discount rate, decline in project B is more than decline in project A. And same behavior happens as we move ahead. So why this is happening? Why this behavior? We can observe this behavior. What's the reason? What's the root cause? Upfront, if we can see that inflows of project B are higher than inflows of project A. But still then what is happening here? So if we look at the patterns of the cash flows, if we look at the patterns of these cash flows of project A and patterns of the cash flows of project B, so we can identify a major difference in the pattern. In investment A, the major cash flows, the bigger cash flows are in earlier years. While in project B, the bigger cash flows are in later years. This is happening. That in investment A, smaller cash flows, if you can see that in investment A, major cash flows are at initial years and then gradually cash flows are declining. While in project B, smaller cash flows are at early years and gradually cash flows are increasing. So this is the main difference. So for example, in the mutually exclusive projects, if we have two projects which are of in equal size or of equal sizes, two projects, but if the patterns of the cash flows are different like this, that in one project, major cash flows are in later years, and in other project, major cash flows are in earlier years. Even we have seen that at low discount rates, this project was profitable. We have said this project was profitable, but as we have increased the discount rates, we have seen that investment A, this has turned into more profitable in comparison to investment B. And this is only because of the pattern of the cash flow in that way that major cash flows of that investment A are coming in earlier years. So this is the aspect what we call as mutually exclusive projects when cash flows pattern is different. So when we are comparing any these two projects, mutually exclusive projects with different pattern of cash flows, we should be aware that we should be alert that we should be aware and alert that the pattern of the cash flows, if the pattern is related to major cash flows or in earlier years, this project will be less riskier with respect to the change in discount rates. While if the major cash flows of any particular project are coming in later years, then we should be aware that this project will be more riskier with respect to discount rates. So this is about the riskiness of the two projects with respect to the change in the discount rates. Okay, so when we plot this phenomena into the graph, we call it as NPV profile. This plot is called NPV profile. So here we can see that till almost 11.1%, we have seen that at 10%, these two NPVs were not exactly same. There was a slight difference of some decimals. So exactly the point where these two projects are NPVs are exactly same is 11.1%. And we call this 11.1% is, we call this point as a crossover point. This rate as a crossover point. This is a crossover rate. At this rate, both NPVs of the both projects are equal, are same. That's why this is called crossover point. So we have seen that before before this crossover point, before 11.1%, NPV of B was higher than NPV of A. And after this point of 11.1%, this crossover rate, NPV of A has increased than NPV of B. So we have seen that before this crossover point, B is more profitable, and after this crossover point, A is more profitable. So the rule of the thumb here is that we'll prefer that project which is having major cash flows in early years, means to say we can say that of which payback period will be lower, shorter. So having higher liquidity, it will be more preferred in that way. So if we look into the graphs, into the curves, so we can see that this curve of project A, if we see its steepness, its curvature, its steepness is lower than, or slope is lower than the slope of project B. So project B's slope is, this slope is more steep than the slope of project A. This slope what we call here is if there is a change in, let's say, uh, increase or decrease of, let's say, discount rate. Let's say if we decrease the discount rate or increase it by 1%, then how much increase or decrease will result in the value of the NPV. So it is much higher in comparison to the project A's curvature or steepness of project A. So this clearly reflects that when the slope of a curve reflects the riskiness of that project. So here we can see that project B is more riskier, its slope is higher, and it is more riskier. And this is only because of its major pattern of the cash flow, in that way that major cash flows are coming in the later years. So this is the NPV profile of two projects of same sizes, but having different pattern of the cash flows. Hope so it is quite evident and clear.